What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess, and today's video is going to be a really good recipe that I am going to try and recreate. Now, we have a local chain restaurant called Cava here. I don't know if there's one by you, but I am on like this Mediterranean kick, or like a bowl style like dinners right now, where you have like your little, you've got your chicken, you've got like a riced vegetable, like a riced cauliflower, you've got some roasted veggies in there, like some sauces and stuff like that. So like I've been on this like Mediterranean keto kick. So I thought I was gonna try and recreate one of my favorite bowls, but kind of like in a low carb way. Again, I'm not stressing about being keto. I'm stressing about the things that matter. Instead, I am focusing my attention on being satisfied, eating the way I want to eat, fueling my body, and that kind of thing. So, one of the things that makes this bowl come together is pickled vegetables. So specifically pickled onions. So I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to make the pickled onions, and then I'll show you the marinade for the chicken, everything and how it all comes together. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I went to the store and I got red or purple onions. I'm not sure, I call them purple onions, but I think they're considered red onions, I don't know. And I got a couple canning jars. Now, and the cool thing about these pickled onions is they pretty much taste good on anything. They can really put some real pizzazz on, a basic salad. They really take up the level of flavor on, say, hamburgers and, stuff like that. So I am just going to dice up these and make a small batch at a time. They keep in the fridge pretty well, but just in general, I like to just make smaller batches. This way, in my eyes, I think I'm getting it's fresher. So let me prep this onion and show you the thickness I'm talking about. Okay, so for these, I'm just going to see if I can get the angle right here. Take thin strips, and I want them so they won't be like humongous. I'm gonna cut them so that they're this way, perpendicular. See if my camera will give you a close-up. Not too big. I want to taste a piece of onion when I have it on my salad. I don't want it to be dust. I want to know I'm having a pickled onion. And the nice thing is I'm gonna use apple cider vinegar as my vinegar to pickle these in, but you can do regular white vinegar. You can, mix and match. You can do whatever you want. And they're easy to make low carb or sugar-free by just using your favorite keto or sugar-free sweetener. At this point, I'm going to just break these up so that each piece gets in there. I don't want to do a big chunk, so I'm just breaking them up, and I'm gonna stuff this jar, and I will use as many onions as the jar requires. So, and I'll be back when my jar is full, and I kid you not, you're gonna be making these all the time and putting them on everything. I no joke, I put these on everything. So I'll even sometimes snack on these. They're just so tasty. All right, be back in a few. Okay, so I roughly got this size onion to fit in one of these mason jars. I'm gonna write on the screen what size this jar is. It's just the standard one that you get at your local grocery stores. But it's okay to pack it full, because it's gonna, there'll be plenty of room to get the pickling juice in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another one, so I'll have two. Okay, so at this point, you're gonna just need a few ingredients. A sweetener of your choice. I'm using Bocha Sweet. It's my favorite keto sweetener. It's made out of the kombucha squash, I think it's called. Apple cider vinegar. And you want the one with all the good stuff in it, the unfiltered. And then you also want some salt. So I'm going to measure. I've pre-measured the sweetener. I'll put the recipe link down below. And basically you're gonna want to just, I've pre-measured the water that's in here, so it's not like I'm just guessing here. But you want hot water. And I'm gonna add the recipe calls for kosher salt, but I don't have kosher salt. So I'm just gonna reduce the amount of salt I put in there. And I'm gonna do, since mine's super fine, I'm just gonna do a teaspoon of salt. And once that is all dissolved, you're gonna add in your vinegar. Give it a mix, okay? And then, all right, and then you're gonna add that to your mixture. Mix it up again. And once that's all nice and mixed, divide this liquid between the two containers. And try not to make a big mess when you pour it. Here we go. Whoop. See? Looks like I'm gonna have to make some more. Went ahead and mixed up some more the solution, and it was perfect. So basically need to do 2 jars, you need to do at least 1.5 of the recipes. So multiply it by 1.5. And cover it up and leave it on the counter until it cools down to room temperature, and then you can put it in the fridge. But give it a quick shake, and that's all there is to it. So I'll be back at the next part of the video. Alrighty, and we are back. Here's my little mini me, who has a little bit of a cold today, so she wanted to say hi real quick.
Hello.
And I am going to be making some grilled chicken. I have, the recipe on the menu tonight is kind of like a grilled chicken bowl, or a Mediterranean chicken style bowl. And I'm gonna make the marinade now and then grill the chicken later and throw the bowl all together. I wanted to add that the ingredients in this recipe were supposed to be fresh, but I went to my local grocery store and they're remodeling the produce department, and they literally got rid of all of their fresh herbs and stuff. So I'm like, well, guess we're making it with, look at that photobomber over there. So that I'm just gonna use dried spices, so just note that. Look who's still here, Miss 15.5. Okay, so I have black pepper, salt, olive oil, oregano, parsley, salt, lemon juice, and garlic. So like I said, you're gonna wanna have a fresh garlic, a fresh lemon, fresh parsley, but you know, show must go on, right? And I'm actually curious if this tastes just as good this way. All right, so we're gonna start off with 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. That's one of the reasons I really like Mediterranean flavors, because they're pretty bold. I really like lemon on chicken. So I would have much preferred to squeeze a lemon, but I didn't have the time to go to another grocery store. So it is what it is. And you know what? We're gonna find out. All right, so this is a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon, so that's why I didn't fill that one up all the way. I swear, it's like my favorite kitchen gadget. And next one is also 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm gonna be doing roughly like 3, I think my package is like 3 chicken breasts. So the next one is 3 tablespoons of parsley. 1, 2, 3. And then we also have 3 cloves of garlic. I'm Italian, we don't count garlic, we just call it a heaping tablespoon or something like that. Just big hunk, as much garlic as you want in my life. And 1 teaspoon of paprika. And then we're gonna do oregano. I'm just gonna do a heaping teaspoon, it says 1.5. And salt. And pepper. Now I'm just gonna mix this all around, but I'm just gonna use a Ziploc bag, put my chicken in it, and then pour this right on over it. Look at that. Might need to change my angle with the lighting in here. Look at that. Doesn't that look glorious? So tasty. Make sure all those good bits get down in there. And we're gonna zip it up and massage it. So all the chicken's evenly coated, and then I'm gonna pop this in the fridge, and we're gonna grill this later. And that is all there is to it. So pop this in the fridge, and I'll see you at the next step. Okay, so now I'm gonna make the Greek salsa. So I have, after I trim this all down, I'll have about 250 grams of fancy or mini cucumbers. I will make sure I have 250 grams after I trim it up. And then a small onion, and I'm gonna just use this to make the chopping all the same and uniform. So if you don't have a slap chopper, it makes it so much easier. So I'll show you what that all looks like. Let me show you. All perfectly cut up. So I'm gonna repeat that with the tomatoes and the onions. Here's the tomatoes and the onion. Now, I obviously could cut this all up by hand, but it just looks so pretty when everything is the same size. It's part of like eating with your eyes kind of thing. And I forgot to do the pepper. Now, the pepper I'm doing for color, so I'm just doing an orange pepper, but obviously any color pepper would do just fine. So just a bell pepper. Okay, so at this point, we're ready to assemble this salad. So I switched it to a bigger bowl and I have lemon juice right here, and all that's left is a tablespoon of olive oil. Lots of good stuff in olive oil, especially when you don't cook it. So definitely great time to get all the goodness from a healthy fat into your diet. And then next, we're just gonna put a little salt and pepper in to taste. And since I already got this dirty, let's use this. Mix it all up, let it set a minute, and it's ready. Our Greek salsa is ready to go. And another little shortcut, I get this from Costco. It has Brussels sprouts, peppers, onions, mushrooms, just delicious and already roasted. So I'm just reheating it on the stovetop because it's frozen. But that's another layer of flavor, and just an easy way to take another shortcut. Now time to put this on the grill. Okay, so the roasted veggies are just now pretty much done, and they're just hanging out in the pan. And for those of you that have people in your house that are not keto, like for instance my kids, I have some rice for their bowl. In my bowl, instead of going all out and adding another vegetable, I'm just doing mine on a bed of green leaf lettuce. Here's my pickled cucumbers from yesterday or earlier in this video. And the salsa. So as soon as the chicken is off the grill, I'm gonna plate everything, and I'll be back at that step. Oh my goodness, look at this chicken. Seriously, just look at that. So juicy and moist. And I'm just going to cover it with foil and let it rest for a few minutes and then slice into it. Okay, so I just put a bowl of greens down first. Next, I'm gonna take the salsa that I made and put that on top. And then I'm also going to put my veggies here. If you've never had roasted veggies on a salad, you're missing out. And then my pickled onions. Last but not least, my chicken. I've diced it all up here, so I'm just gonna top my salad with chicken. Or I should say my bowl. And I am just gonna use a regular ranch dressing. I found a brand locally that makes tzatziki that is probably better for this. But for today and easy purposes, I'm just gonna use my buttermilk ranch. So that is it. Does that not look delicious and inviting or what?